And as soon as I get paid, I'm gonna bring the money by. You're like, okay, well, just pay me on Thursday. They'll be like, no, 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 I'm gonna give you the money on Tuesday. Okay, okay, well, just all right, well, just give me my $1,000 on Tuesday. No, 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 because I love you so much, I'm gonna give you 1,100 because you really been there for me. Cause okay, okay, all right, 1,100, that's fine. All right, so how about just bring it by at 5 o'clock after you get off work? No, 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 on my lunch break, I'm gonna walk to your job on my lunch break to give you $1,100 because I really appreciate it. Like they will literally make every promise in the world. They sound like the most sincere person ever. But unfortunately, that doesn't work very well when you're dealing with a Negro that has no discipline, right? When you're dealing with somebody, think about this. The reason they're coming to you is because they're not very good with money in many cases. They're coming to you with a financial problem because they have a mindset that creates financial problems. Right. Yeah, but yet we falsely kind of fall into the trap of believing that this is a one-time thing, even though you've seen it happen 8 times. It's like, well, this is the last time. And so what then happens once you loan them the money? What happens, right? Attitude shift in some cases. You can't find the Negro nowhere. They're not even coming to grandma's house for Sunday dinner no more because they're trying to avoid you. And you call them on the phone looking for your money. They get hostile. They hang up on you. And they talk down to you. You see them on Instagram with a new pair of shoes and on vacation, living their best life. I've seen that. I don't know if anybody else has ever gone through this, the fury of somebody borrowing money from you and then you see them on vacation. Like I'm like, I've had this happen to me. I swear to God, I've had people come to me in a state of financial desperation. I got this stupid thing called a heart inside my body. So I feel bad. I give them a little money. And literally, I kid you not, a week later, they are like on vacation. And I'm pissed. I'm like, I paid for that shit. Like, what are you? I'm over here working and you on vacation. So some people will literally use sympathy to get you to fund their best life. Wow, because they know that you're making the sacrifice and they can benefit from that. You're working hard, they're on vacation, you're investing, they're blowing it at the club. You are being financially prudent, they're not. You have a good credit score. They didn't think about their credit. They sitting on the 520. And I hate saying it like this, but this happens to so many. It even happens to me. And like real life, this probably happened to me in the last year. So moral hazard that's kind of what it is. So moral hazard is the fact that things change. And because things change, the solution to the moral hazard problem, this is something deep in finance. They've written thousands of research papers on this because mindset is a big part of wealth. Finance professors have written papers on this. Psychologists have collaborated with finance professors to write papers on this. The solution to the moral hazard problem is what they call optimal contracting. You get a contract in place not because you don't trust people, but because you know that they're human. You know that we're both human. And also, contracts build trust. Contracts, that's not just me making sure you're going to do what you say you're going to do, but it's also me holding myself accountable. So you live in a world where people don't like accountability. People don't like that. They like to talk, but don't like anybody sort of forcing them to follow up with what they said. And that violates trust, which undermines the strength of the Black economy. How can I invest in you when I can't even trust you? I give you my money and you disappear. So that's why you have things like collateral, which might be part of a contract, which basically says, okay, I have more faith that you're going to do what you say you're going to do. Because if you don't do what you say you're going to do, that's going to be your ass. Right? Look at Uncle Nearest. Look at that situation with that loan. That bank loaned them $108 million. And it wasn't based on a credit score. It was based on collateral.